Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the New York Jets. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going up top. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, this crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. That's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get this is beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Chargers.
They go play action here on first down. They'll check this one down to Hampton. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. And it is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Open man right side, that's McConkey. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
14, Jets, 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
As he throws there, incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions,
he's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for the D-lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there's a great opportunity to move on the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Let's go now.
He'll keep it himself. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. 42 yards. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in there for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And this time will be intercepted. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, 41 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
The kick is good.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll give to Hall. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Give to Hall running right. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The Jets now at 2-5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Now inside the 25. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Extra point try now from Dicker. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a carry for Allen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. He's into space past the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Adnan Mitchell, 41 yards. And the Jets are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they're trying to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second and 5. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hampton. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. So first and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jets force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
The Jets take over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he completes it to Wilson. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A 40-yard punt giving 3 on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, are you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Let's go now. 60.
They'll drop the throw. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
19, let's go. Cougar 19, tap 60, tap 60.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up a 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
They'll throw now on the final play. It's caught. Mitchell. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
70 line, go.
They'll set up a throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They run it with Hall off the option. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hall again on 2nd down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Let's go now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's good for a Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the draw, it's Hall. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
19, 18.
They'll run without him. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He finds Taylor, complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped it. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this.
Dante Jackson picks it. And the Chargers force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't. But for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off, beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Jets. First down.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
And they'll try to run the option here. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 23. The Charger drive about to get going. They went backwards for the safety last time they had it. Fortunately, they get the ball back on the turnover. And now we'll begin with a 1st and 10.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2. But once again, it's Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Chargers 1st down.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Let's go.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll go down at the 26, forming a gain of 6.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, Park. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They'll work inside here, Hampton. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here we go.
And Johnston sent in motion. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to move that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That was going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Johnston sent in motion. And that is incomplete. Is that the incorrect read or just more an error on the throw by the quarterback?
I lean more towards the latter because it seemed like he was open there, just missed him on the throw.
And a tough one to miss because now you're dealing with a 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
Option play. Here's Hall. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another game.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. And look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And it's complete to Mitchell. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
For a 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
That keeps the score. Chargers 31. Jets 29.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. And now off to the races down the right side. inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Omarion Hampton hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll come up now on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. That's pulled in by Wilson. Through the middle of the field. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 65 yards. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
36. To kick off.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Quentin Johnston, 48 yards. And the Chargers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. On play action, they'll throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion. In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
And he is going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he's taken down inside the 30. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
That's downfield. He's got Taylor. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 13-yard line.
That's another Jets.
They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock. and let your offense catch its breath and let us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
19, go!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Charger 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a 1-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Chargers, they level their mark at 4-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside